Good afternoon. The work presented below has been coordinated by Francisca Orihuela Gallardo and Cristina Sierra Casanova, professors of the Department of Business Organization of the University of Cádiz. And first of all, we would like to thank the organizing committee of this forum and the opportunity to participate in it, sharing our experience that we have learned about the SDGs through academic debates and experience in business administration. In our presentation, we will first focus on the background of the project, then we will set the goals, the methodology used, and the result obtained, and finally, some proposals for improvement of the experience we had. This experience that we present arises from a teaching innovation project that the teaching team proposed to ourselves when we detected some important weaknesses in the teaching learning process in the students. So we have found students in the classroom who show a certain apathy and lack of motivations to learn and to know where they are heading professionally and personally, and the effort required to do so. This attitude is mainly due to the lack of clear vision of the professional future and their long-term projection. On the other hand, they face some barriers when it comes to designing genuine and original work with solutions to current real needs of their immediate environment to work then in a team, as well as to transmit and communicate them in public. Finally, they also present difficulties in defending their proposal and debating them with critical and safe criteria. On the other hand, as professors in the area of business administration, we were very aware of the SDGs and the role that both the university and the university students should play in this new framework proposed by the UN in its Agenda 2030. Especially, our fundamental goal will be to train students as true leaders and managers under this approach, as fundamental factor to achieve a culture of full sustainability, acquiring an understanding and comprehensive application of environmental criteria and sustainable values for daily life as citizens and professionals, transferring this to companies, organizations, and the planet. We are planning to develop a teaching innovation project in the classroom with the following goals. The first is related to the need for our students to know the SDGs and be sensitized with the several issues they raise, positioning them as agents of change, both now as citizens as well as in their future professional development. The second goal is for students to develop not only the general, cross-cutting and subject-specific skills, but also those cross-cutting skills related to the SDGs. Thirdly, the aim is to improve the students' ability to identify, search for information, and communicate interesting ideas related to the company and its environment. Finally, to improve attendance and participation in class as a sign of greater interest and commitment to the subject. So, this project has been carried out in 5 subjects of 5 different degrees, bachelor and master, which are taught in 4 faculties located in 4 university campuses that make up the University of Cádiz. All these subjects are framed within the area of knowledge of business management. In order to achieve the goals set out above, we have used as a learning strategy academic debate, which can be defined according to Catani as a competition between 2 antagonists in which, unlike what happens in a simple discussion, there is a third party whose approval is sought by the 2 contenders. A methodology with the following stages has been proposed. On the first day of class, an informative session was held in which the students were provided with all the information related to the project, the goals, and the proposed methodology. Likewise, they got aware of the SDGs and are provided with different resources in the virtual campus through which they can find information about them and also about the academic debates. In the second stage, the students formed in work team of 4 people, search for information and analyze the 17 SDGs, after which, depending on the particular interests of motivations, they propose an initial topic or question to debate related to one of them. Once the teams were formed and the initial topic proposed, the third stage consisted of an interactive training session given by an expert debate world champion, after which A period was open for the reformulation of the topics and specific questions that each of the teams proposed to debate. At this stage, many of the teams realized that the questions posed were not very concrete. The answer would hardly be delimited to a position for or against, or the answer was very biased towards one position. In order for discussions to take place, it's necessary to create discussions pair. This fifth stage is a phase of negotiation between the teams, since one of the two topics that each of them had proposed, they had to choose only one. Usually the criterion of the pairing was the topic or SDGs initially chosen. Discussions were held in the classroom or in separate class sessions. All the information on pairing, topics to be debated, and the dates of the debates were available to the students on the virtual campus. Once the debate was over, the classmates attending the debate took on the role of judges, evaluating the performance of the two teams using an evaluation rubric. In addition, they voted for who they considered to have been the best speaker in the debate. At the end of the project, and once all the debates has been held, the participating students evaluated the experience and their level of satisfaction with the assessments. The activity of academic debates with SDGs has been planned as mandatory activity that is part of the continuous evaluation of the different subjects, with a weight of 20% in the final grade of the subject for each participating student. The distribution of this score has been made as follows: up to 1 point depending on how the debate has been developed and for the quality of the final report on it to be delivered by each of the teams. This score is the same for all of the team members. Up to 0.5 points for participation as a jury in the different debates held throughout the course. A pro rating is made according to the number of debates in which he or she participates. 0.5 point to the team that, in the opinion of the student judges, has won the debate. We must mention the special circumstances to which we had to adapt as a result of the COVID health pandemic. Fortunately, the technologies available at the university have allowed the debates to be held with adequate performance. Finally, in order to measure the impact, evaluation, difficulty, satisfaction, and repercussion of this experience of the students' learning process, a questionnaire was created on the Google Forms platform in which students were asked to evaluate their perception of the development of their general, transversal, and specific skills, and on the overall level of satisfaction with the methodology used. The data obtained from this questionnaire, together with the evaluation carried out by the teaching team of the different stages of the methodology, we have obtained a series of results that we show below. In relation to the first of the goals set in this project, 100% of the topics to be discussed were related to the SDGs. 12 of the 17 SDGs proposed by the UN Agenda in 2030 were worked on. 187 students participated. 5 different subjects, 34 debates were held, 4 faculties in the 4 campuses. If we analyze the concern of each degree, we can see significant differences between the topics to be discussed. In the case of labor relations and human resources, SDGs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 13, 14 are the most important. In the case of naval architecture and marine engineering, the SDGs were 5, 7, 8, 10, 13, and 14. In tourism grade 7, 4, 5, and 11. They focus their topic for discussion on the debate question of: is there inequality between men and women in access to high public office? Does the government act well against social and economic inequality? The experience with the students of the second year of the Master of Industrial Engineering in the subject of Business Administration and Management was very interesting, since they, from their maturity and professional focus as engineers, sought to discuss and provide answers to important and solve global problems such as hunger and poverty. In relation to the second goal on the development of skills, the students believe that they have improved all the skills worked on in the project with an average increase of 0.63 points on a scale of 1 to 5. To explain the result obtained in our third goal, there is nothing better than transcribing literally some of the answers obtained to questions such as, "What have you learned from this activity?" or about what they like it more about this experience. Regarding the fourth goal, the result has been very positive since 95% of the new students have participated in this activity and have shown a high level of satisfaction with the methodology used, the work team, and the result of the work done. When asked if they would recommend this activity for the following year, 91% answered yes. To conclude, we would like to comment on 3 aspects that we believe are interesting to reflect on in order to improve the experience and the achievement of the goals proposed in future initiatives. Given the results obtained in relation to which SDGs has been proposed as topics, we believe that the way of choosing the topics should be improved in order to ensure a more equality distribution of topics and SDGs work on. In many cases, the proposed discussion question has been well correlative with the SDGs, but not so much with the specific content of the subjects and about companies and organizations. We believe that we should focus on the role and importance of the SDGs in the work environment and professional development of students as future professionals, whether in a company or any other public or private organization. Finally, we also think it's important that the engagement of students with the SDGs begins with the implementation of these activities, making them get involved in a personal way with the SDGs through small actions that they can carry out in their daily lives and also in the family environment, in their role as responsible and sustainable citizens. Thank you so much for your attention, and we are at your disposal to share any questions you may have.